Hi there BookTube, it's Eleanor here, and today I'm doing a book haul. This is a culmination of books that I bought with my vouchers I got for my birthday and some money I got for my birthday as well. So this is the books that I'd ordered online. I know you've seen my birthday book haul. That was all books I received as gifts from people and bought on my trip up to London with my husband. I also had some vouchers and money left over, and so I ordered some books online when I got back because I have no willpower. So I'm going to be showing you those today. In fact, before I show you those, there is one book that I didn't buy myself, and that came from my Willoughby book club subscription. If you don't know, because I haven't done an unboxing for this for a while, but I do always talk about the books I receive. My husband every year buys me a subscription to the Willoughby book club, which is a UK-based company, and they you buy the subscription, and you fill out a form of what types of books you're interested in and a bit about yourself, and then every month they send you a book. Because I'm such an avid reader, they are very, very nice to me, and they send me a spoilery email before they pick the book for me. Not, you know, too spoilery, but they sort of say, have you read anything by this author? So that I make sure I don't get books that I've already read or own. So this month they sent me The Honours by Tim Clare. I do not know, well, I didn't know anything about this, but obviously I've read the back now, but I still don't know an awful lot about this. I think I've seen it a couple of times in hauls on BookTube, but I haven't heard any reviews of this yet. It's meant to be set in 1935, and it's at the eve of war. It's set in Norfolk in the UK, and a young woman has gone with her parents to stay in this big sort of manor house. It seems that there's a lot of other people there, like a society living there, and she delves around and she finds lots of secret passages, and she's sort of determined to uncover the secrets behind this manor house and this sort of society, this elite society that lives there. For that's what I can gather from the back, but I'm very intrigued with this one, and Willoughby Book Club are normally quite good. The books they send me are normally on point, so I'm really excited to get to this one. The next book I picked up was Vendetta by Catherine Doyle. I've heard a lot of people talk about this, and I wasn't sure it was really for me. They said it was sort of Romeo and Juliet, sort of mafia, modern sort of mafia take on it, and I just wasn't sure that this one was for me, but I've since heard some very, very good reviews of people that have just finished it, and so I thought I'd give it a go. I really love the spine. It says blood for blood down the side. Very pretty, and I thought, why not? I've got a voucher, why not pick this one up and see what I think. So it's a young adult book, and as I say, it's a sort of contemporary Romeo and Juliet set in a more modern setting, possibly mafia type book. So I'm excited to try this one. Next is a book of short stories that I bought because I heard Mercedes at Mercy's Bookish Musings gush about it, and I thought, right, on my quest to find a good book of short stories, I'm going to pick it up now I've got the chance, and that is Don't Try This at Home by Angela Redmond. This is a really, really pretty book with really pretty French flaps. I really like the colour and the design on it, and it's only very small, but I want to read you the back because it just sounds brilliant. A girl repeatedly chops her boyfriend in half, but while her other half multiplies, she is still not satisfied. Love transforms a mother working down the chippy into Elvis. Clary's father puts antlers on stuffed rabbits to make jackalopes, but when her mother walks out on them, Clary has to help her father if they are to survive. Beautiful, sharp and fearless Costa Short Story Award winner Angela Redmond's debut collection is aptly titled, for each story packs its share of explosive material, exposing all kinds of prejudice against age, status, disability. The stories also offer quirky new strategies for troubled lives. If Angela Carter is Redmond's fairy godmother, then David Lynch is her wicked stepfather. Don't say you weren't warned. Doesn't that sound brilliant? So fingers crossed. I think these must be the jackalopes. The next story I picked up was Suicide Notes from Beautiful Girls by Lynn Weingarten. This is a young adult story. It's about two best friends and they share everything. They compare their relationship to being in love, but obviously it's platonic in this case. But one of the girls ends up dead, burnt in her stepfather's shed, and it's ruled as a suicide. However, the friend doesn't believe that it was a suicide and believes that she may have been murdered, and then starts investigating, and I suppose the story unravels from there. So I've heard good things about this and I'm really excited to give it a go. Next, I picked up 2 books in a duology, The Book of Ivy and The Revolution of Ivy by Amy Engel. I've heard brilliant things about this. The second book's only just come out and people have been raving about it, so I thought I would pick it up. The basic premise from what I can gather is obviously I haven't read the back of the second book, so I don't want to spoil myself, but this is set in a dystopian world where 2 families have taken control over everything, and the only way that peace has been sort of made is that every year the daughters of one family marry the sons of another family, one daughter, one son every year, in order to keep the peace. And it is obviously Ivy's turn this year, but she has been informed that her soon-to-be husband, who is from the other family, she must murder in order to give her family total power again. However, I'm assuming something happens. Perhaps she forms an actual real relationship with this person. I don't know, but I've heard great things, and yeah, I love these covers as well. I think they're really pretty, so I picked these ones up. Next, because I really want to finish this series next year, I have Cress by Melissa Meyer on my Kindle. I have read Cinder and Scarlet. I've got Cress on my Kindle, and I picked up Winter because there was a good deal on, and it's a big old book, so I'm excited to get to this one once I've read Cress. Next, I picked up a 4-book series by an author called David Estes, and that is The Moon Dwellers, The Earth Dwellers, The Sun Dwellers and The Star Dwellers. And I believe that this is a YA dystopian. It's about a group of well, it's a world where people have to live underground because something's happened, and they're not able to live above ground. And we follow one girl who needs to escape in order to discover some truths. It reminded me very much in its synopsis of Hugh Howey's Wool, and I'm not sure what the trilogy is called for that. I think it's the Silo trilogy, but it's called, the first book in that series is called Wool by Hugh Howey, and I loved that trilogy. I mean, I loved it so much. It was such a brilliant trilogy, so I definitely recommend that if you haven't read it. But I've heard from people that this is sort of a YA version possibly, or a YA equivalent in its sort of ideas, or some of its ideas, certainly the living below ground. So I'm really intrigued and excited to give this series a go, hopefully getting to this at the beginning of next year. So that's all the books that I bought. Well, it's nearly all the books I bought. There were a few others that haven't arrived yet, so expect another haul at some point. But yeah, have you read any of these? What are your thoughts on these books? Any that you've read, or any that you're intrigued by? Let me know, as always, in the comments, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Bye for now, BookTube.